And then he talks about the general and says, if he finds himself in many respects superior to his adversary, he must by no means defer bringing on the engagement. So if you're in a better spot than the enemy or you can take him, go. But if he knows himself inferior, he must avoid general actions and endeavor to succeed by surprises and stratagems. This, when skillfully managed by good generals, have often given them victory over enemies superior both in numbers and strength. So this is common sense stuff. If you think the enemy's better than you, don't fight him head on. That's guerrilla warfare. If you think the enemy is bigger and stronger than you, you don't fight him head on. All arts and trades, whatever, are brought to perfection by continual practice. How much more should this maxim, true in inconsiderable matters, be observed in affairs of importance? And how much superior to all others is the art of war, by which our liberties are preserved, our dignities perpetuated, and the provinces and the whole empire itself exists. You don't really like that. You're suspect.
I think you like it enough for both of us.
Okay, we'll take that. It's true though.
Yeah, actually I can dig it.
Yeah, I mean, let's face the facts here. If it wasn't for war, well, then you'd just be enslaved by someone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love for it to not be that to not be the case.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for war, you would just be enslaved by people.
Yeah.
Someone else someone that believed in war, right, you'd be the slave of them.
Yeah.
That's how it would work.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Right.
Like I'm sorry. That's the nature of the world.
Yeah, no,
That's the way it works.
You're actually right.
Yeah,
because it's like the hope or wish that everyone was just perfect.
Of course, that'd be great.
Or actually, in a way, would it be great though? You know how like
sure, it'd be great. Everyone got along. Everyone's singing Kumbaya.
I don't know, but isn't like stress or imbalance or whatever? Isn't that the catalyst for any kind of progress of any kind?
But if everyone was just happy and it's just all good,
satisfied,
yep,
right? I don't know, man. I think we'd be in the Stone Age.
I think it's bad. Yeah, we probably would be.
Yeah.
But guess what? If we're in the Stone Age, and I see that you got a piece of meat or a rock that I want, guess what?
I know, but see,
that's how that's going to go down.
But now you're talking reality.
Yeah,
see?
of course.
I mean, I guess the question is, not to go off on too much of a tangent, but the question is, would you want it to be all peaceful all the time with no progress? Would you want that?
Good theoretical question.
Kind of no, right? I mean,
because you're kind of thinking that you like doing graphic design on a computer, which wouldn't exist if it wasn't for war.
Nope, it would not.
There you go. All right, point taken.
But even like competition, right? You know how it's like, yeah, competition is good. Healthy competition is good. It's good for you. It makes you be. It doesn't feel like that when you're in the moment. It's like, let's say you're just dominating in whatever, I don't know, you play tennis, I don't know, and you're killing everyone, you're number one, you're breaking world records, you're money, and then you kind of notice this new young hungry guy coming in, he starts breaking some of your records. You're like, you don't like that. That makes you kind of mad. You kind of wish that never happened. But at the same time, that usually is a catalyst for you to start working harder.
Sure.
And preparing for that young
I'm all about it.
Yeah.
So
but you're kind of and you like the head to head, like you like that.
Yeah, I like the competition. Yeah.
You like directly though. Like when they say healthy competition is good, it's the result of healthy competition is good. You get the best products, right, in the market or whatever.
True. And
that's the result. That's why it's good. That's why it's kind of empirically good ultimately. Right?
I agree.
Sure, it's not a perfect process, I know you're on the fence, but I know. But you like if I came up and you could tell I was feeling good, that wouldn't make you nervous. You'd be happy. You'd be like, you like that head to head.
I felt you were feeling good about what?
Come on, let's face it. On the mats.
Oh, on the mats of justice?
Yeah.
If you come up to me and you're all excited.
Yeah. Or give me
the Echo Charles scowl. Yeah.
I'll put it more accurately.
You're right. Because I just played that through my mind. Yeah, when I see you like that, I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
okay.
It's even more on. And so I'll even put it more accurately, more extreme, more understandable as far as what I think you're like. So let's say we went and rolled and I tapped you out, right, for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you wouldn't like that specific thing, but when we roll again, that's when you'd be at your happiest right there. That's what I think. Like, I think most of us.
Yeah. I mean, you want more of a challenge.
Yeah. Like, it's really on now. That moment to you is a very pleasurable moment. Is what it seems like. For some people, like, I don't know. I would even argue for like a lot of people like that. I mean, maybe that's a good example, maybe not. But that moment usually is a very stressful moment. Like, dang, now I got to deal with this now, you know? And sure, it'll result in the way better stuff, for sure. But the moment is less embraced by a normal person.
And you know what I think people should pay attention to, too, is the thing that bothers people, again, topic we've talked about before, the thing that bothers people is the anticipation of the situation, right? Yeah. But most people, like we were talking about you making videos earlier, when you know, like, there's a muster coming and you're probably like, oh, I got to do this video, that I would imagine hangs over your head more than when you actually are, all right, now you're doing the work and you're putting it together and it's getting dialed.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how I feel about things. You know, I'll be like, there's something that I got to do, and I'm like, it's like, oh, you know what you do? You attack that thing.
Yeah, just jump in. Yeah,
and
that's true.
Now, when you talked to me earlier about working out and like, hey, do you ever just call it?
Yeah.
What I will do, which is major weakness, is I'll wait. I'll pace. I've posted this on Twitter before. Like, yep, I hemmed and hawed. I redid the weights. I vacuumed the mats. Whatever. I'm taking all kinds of reasons to not start. I'm procrastinating it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make myself do it. Yeah. But I'm just like being such a baby.
Yeah, bro, that's so funny, bro. Yeah. Bro, I do that too, 100%.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, I'm not talking hours.
Yeah, but it's there.
But 20 minutes, 20 minutes of like, you know what, I better stretch out a little bit more.
Yeah, let me yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's
weak.
That's good.
Weak.
Do it, right?
Yeah, just do it. That's the thing. That you know what? That's one thing I'll tell you too. This is a workout tip from Jocko Day. You put a stopwatch on stuff. Right? Like even when I'm doing something that's not really focused on the time, I at least put a stopwatch on it so that I just got to keep, it just keeps it on pace, man.
Yeah.
Because otherwise that feeling that I just talked about will start finding itself in between sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not sense. Good.
Yeah. This weird thing, I mentioned this workout that I started a long time, never really deviated that much from it has rest between sets as part of the workout. The time.
Designated times.
Yeah. Designated time. Yeah. It was always,
smart.
I don't think, man, I cannot think of a time where it ever worked out where the time between the sets was just like ambiguous or something. It was always a specific time. So that little procrastination thing would creep up between exercises or before my first set. You know when you warm up and you're like, oh my God. And the first set's usually the heaviest for me too. So I'm like, all right. And that'll happen. But you're right though. Like,
put a stopwatch on it. I have this one workout that I do where I do like, it's L-sit pull-ups and then tuck pull-ups and then dead hang pull-ups and then kipping pull-ups and then chin-ups. So it's like those 5, and you do as many as you can in each, and then I do something else, and then I come back and do it again. I do like 5 rounds of that.
So they're like burnout sets.
Yep, each one's a burnout set.
Okay.
And like the first time I did it, I was like, oh, that was cool. And so when the first time I did it, I was kind of let's just say motivated to do it. It was kind of
fired
cool.
Up. Yeah.
And this was years and years ago. And then the next time I did it, it took me a really long time. And I realized because I just was taking a long time between sets. Yeah. And like, that's not the purpose of it.
Yep.
So now I always put a stopwatch on that thing.
Yeah.
Keep the clock ticking.
Yeah. Yeah. And and you feel it because you feel the clock ticking.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, I guess that would apply to everything, huh? Mm-hmm. If you
that's why, like, when I write, I do 1,000 words. You know why? Because you get 1,000 words done in an hour. Sometimes I'm always shooting to see if I can get it done in 50 minutes.
Wait. So let's say when you write, boom, you set the clock, your watch.
I don't set my watch.
Yeah, but you have the hour.
I look at it. I go, it's 8:48.
Gotcha.
Okay, 9:48. I'm gonna be done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap this.
I'm not gonna sit here
because that's even worse. You sit there and stare at a blank screen, or you click on that little internet browser thing at the bottom. Then there you go. You're going down that slippery slope. Don't do it. Don't do it. Check. talking about the general a little bit more. If therefore he finds his army composed of raw troops, or if they have been long been unaccustomed to fighting, he must carefully study the strength, the spirit, the manners of each particular legion, and of each body of auxiliaries, cavalry, and infantry. He must know, if possible, this is good, he must know, if possible, the name and capacity of every count, tribune, subaltern, and soldier. He must assume the most respectable authority and maintain it by severity. He must punish all military crimes with the greatest rigor of the laws. So there's a dichotomy there. He's saying you should know the name of every single person on your team. At the same time, if they get out of line, you maintain by severity.